Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 6, Tequila Tears, Texas. Wendy, they're still talking about Lebe, Wendy, and Nneka. Wendy says that Lebe was at the sipping seat and she got a head wrap because Ashley tries to say she has to be special. She got a head wrap. Those are only deemed for the special people. So she has to know her. They're poking holes in Wendy's story. And Wendy says in her confessional, well, Giselle got one too. And so there's that. But I feel like at the time you really was trying to be Giselle's friend. So I don't know about that. But it's still. Lebe was friends with her sister. And Nneka continues to question Wendy. Wendy says, were you there or were you still in LA sniffing on the crack cocaine? She didn't say cocaine. She said crack. I said smoking crack. Me and Giselle was laughing because, girl, smoking crack? How we go all the way to smoking crack? So, of course, it's just a laughable moment. Giselle says we don't need to be throwing out drug, accusations. Girl, don't be throwing out any accusations. You was just throwing out sexual assault accusations last season. So, they move on. Karen, she don't want to see two beautiful Nigerian women, going back and forth fighting like this. And so they all get up and dance. We don't know what they dance to, but they get up and dance. Candace pulls Nneka to the side, and she's talking to her like, girl, it's really not worth it. Don't really get this, just let's, it's cool. It's not that. Basically trying to smooth it all over with her. Wendy sees it and it's like, hey, sis, don't do that for me. As my friend, don't do that. Candace is like, oh, okay. She says that, she ain't gonna change her stripes for nobody. She's gonna check in and make sure that the girl is good. But girl, we don't need you to do that. We don't need you to do that. It's giving meddling. Don't apologize for me. Don't no. Cause that places her in a victim space and she ain't no victim. Okay? Okay. The ladies, they go get dressed and they head to dinner. Of course, we splitting up still. So over there in that car with Giselle and them, and Nneka still talking about Wendy. Over there in the other car, Wendy's talking about Nneka. I'm just really over it. I'm so over them. They sit down, order their food. Giselle, she can't see the menu. She getting up there. She say her young tender be looking at the menu and reading it for her. We understand. Go on and get you some glasses. Just get you some glasses and just whip them on out when you got to sit down and look at the menu. Don't stress yourself. Go on and get you some glasses or some contacts or something. They get on this topic about who swallows, who doesn't swallow. First, the question is, so who's swallowing at the table? Robin's like, me, I am. They're like, oh, so that's what's keeping Juan around. Is it? Robin, girl, I'm just not buying that you give good head. It don't even look like it. You don't even give that off. So, please. It sounds good, girl. It sounds good, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced at all. This conversation is gross. I've had these kind of talks with my friend, and I be feeling like I'm always the one that doesn't swallow. I'm always the one that's like, I'm the only one not doing it. I need to grow up. I can't do it. I'm with Candace. Not never. We can't. And let's just move on from that conversation before I tell too much of my business. Robin thinks it's a part of being intimate. She like, you just gonna, girl, absolutely. Absolutely. Ashley say, you just let him fall asleep. So you let it marinate in your mouth. You swirl it around in your mouth a little bit. That's disgusting, Ashley. You might as well go ahead and swallow it. If you're just going to let it just be in your mouth until he fall asleep, ma'am. Then we talk about, so who licking booty holes. Mia like to eat a little ass. She like to do a little bit of that. Okay, cool. Karen looking at all of them like she's proud of everybody though. Sharon is Karen. She proud of everybody. You know, this conversation has brought everybody together. You know, she's proud of that. And Naka takes the floor. And she, I'm trying to conceive. Oh my God, it's been 7 months. Yes, I've been married a year. I'm trying to conceive. Me and my husband we've been trying for 7 months. Oh my God. I'm so over Nneka. Every time she speaks, every time she speaks, it's like she's performing for the group. Like, look at me. Like, let me in, guys. Like she's auditioning for the Mean Girl clique. Like she want to be a part of the cheerleading squad. You know? Girl, just be you. Like trying to make herself sound interesting so that she's, likable to them. Cause she goes on a whole thing, about, and I think this might be later on, but she goes on a whole spill about she and Ike and her wedding and all of that. Anyway, we'll wait to get there. She thanks them for, trying, for them inviting her because again, she's trying to conceive, and so she really needed this. Okay, girl. Anyways, they take it back to the room. Everyone is invited to Robin's room, for a little nightcap. They go to her suite. I don't even know why she invited everybody back to her room when they all filed out of that room, like one by one immediately. Maybe we missed it. Maybe it was edited crazy, but it really looked like they went there, turned right back around, and left. At least that's what Karen and Giselle did. They turned right back around and went to their room and went to bed. Candace, stood around for a minute. And Robin was trying to figure out why Candace was even there, standing in her slippers. Like, girl, I thought you didn't like me. I thought we was beefing. What you doing in here? But she entertained her. Wendy is also there. When, Wendy leaves, and Candace, she also, leaves and tips out. She wants to talk to Robin tomorrow, though. She want to talk because she knows the tension is still there. And Neka is the last to leave, of course, because she's thirsty as hell. She calls her husband the next day. He laughing at that crackhead comment. He thinks it's hilarious. We know you're not on crack, girl. Calm down. Anyway, Giselle, Robin, and Ashley, they talk about how random it was that Candace was around. Like, why did she come to your room? Like, and why did you let her in? That's Giselle's question. Why? I can't even understand why you would let her in here. Anyway, the ladies are about to do an activity because they all come down there in their robes. It's an art activity. Ashley wants them to strip naked and paint their vaginas or their interpretation. Karen says, absolutely not. Ashley says, but we've seen each other's coochies before, so, girl. She said, you can paint a flower, it's your interpretation. I mean, that probably would have made me more comfortable because I just would have sat there and painted a flower. My interpretation of my own vajayjay. But I don't need to really cock my legs open with a mirror like, okay. And then let me get that little detail. Okay. We're not doing that. But I will sit here with my robe on, tied up tight. And paint my interpretation. We can do that. I can get down with that. But anyway. Karen switches the subject. Somebody calling. Be right back. Karen, she switches the subject to Robin. She feels like Robin has been selective with, one pocket of the friend circle, selective with what she shares, about her life. In doing that, it divides the group. And she asks directly, how are you? Robin says, well, what she's dealing with personally is not dividing the group. And she speaks to the people that reach out to her. Okay, cool. Candace says, well, I reached out to you. And we see they show us a text message from Candace. And Candace gets ignored. And Robin was like, girl, are you serious? After you drag me on social media? Girl. Do you know what I've been through? Torture. They all looking at her like, girl, calm down. Candace says, so have I. She ain't got no sympathy. Girl, please. Karen doubles down like, nah, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You're going to be accountable. Robin stands up because, you know, she's always for stunts and shows and dramatics, you know. Always has to do all of this big physical, you know, this big physical response. And it's not even necessary. Okay, I'm standing up. I'm standing. What do y'all want me to do? Beat me up. Beat me up. Girl, shut up. Sit your ass down. And take it. Answer these questions and stand like and be truthful and honest, and let's just move on. Anyway, she's hiding her truth at the expense of well, she did last season, that is. Hiding her truth at the expense of Candace and Karen and whoever else we could throw a rumor out there about, other than talk about what she and Juan were actually going through in real time. Robin says she's happy to answer everybody's questions, but she's not going to be bombarded. She's not going to be, you know, getting yelled at and ganged up on and all of that. Wendy says, okay, well, you know what? You could have had, we didn't even see why didn't we see a vulnerable moment with you and a friend? Like, why we didn't see that? Giselle says, just because y'all didn't see or hear those conversations didn't mean they didn't happen. Yep, that's exactly what that means. Because this is reality TV, and if I didn't see it happen, then I'm not believing that it happened. Ain't that why y'all do these off-camera conversations, so that you can say it didn't happen? It's always something with this lady. She gonna defend her friend. Go on and defend your friend, girl. Listen. Who are I to tell you not to defend your friend? Candace wants to know why Robin didn't read the email exchange between Juan and this other woman. And Robin says, well, Juan deletes all of his messages. He doesn't even save phone numbers. And they're like, Robin, you in danger, girl. Anyway, Giselle, she's saying in her confessional, she gonna stand by her man, and she's choosing to believe this. And there's this thing called trust, but it wouldn't be me. It would not be me. And I'm right there with you. Absolutely not. That lady is simple. We gon' she don't have no receipts or nothing like that. Robin says she ready, you know, for the weekend. She know they're gonna be questioning her and have all this stuff to say, and you know, but that's not why we're here. So no, we're not gonna just spend all weekend in your business. They have two separate activities that they're gonna do. So they pull names, and one group is going to a distillery, the other group is going to do some cowboy boot shopping. Oh, how fun. And when they pull the names, Candace, and I think it's Candace and Robin end up switching because, you know, they want to be with their friends, of course. And so it's back to the original, you know, split up the way it was in the first place. We see Karen, she's on the phone working. We see she's doing some more philanthropy. She's out. She has an event or something coming up. With the group, I forgot. I think it's PAVE. I think that's the name of I want to say it's a nonprofit, but the sexual assault foundation that she is a part of, or that she, you know, did She got an award for them a couple of seasons ago, but she's still working with them, and they're planning something, and she was on the phone, you know, getting the details in order. The groups are split up, like I said. Robin, Giselle, and Neka and Ashley, they go boot shopping. And, you know, the other group, they go... And Mia was over there with them. They go and do the distillery. Mia, Karen, Wendy, and Candace, like I said, they go to the distillery. Karen thought she could get some beer at the distillery. Not the brewery, but the distillery. Mia was asking for Chardonnay because this is not... It's still not the winery. It's the distillery. And the man said, I have gin and I have whiskey. We're a distillery. Dog, I can't order a Corona. We're a distillery. So I can't order a Chardonnay. We're a distillery. We just got gin and whiskey. Oh, I thought I could get some beer. We're a distillery. That man repeat that over and over again. They doing their tour or whatever, and the man, there's something I want. This might have been gin, it might have been the whiskey, but it was 150 proof. It was, coming right out the spout. I guess this was before. Maybe it's before it's distilled. I don't know, but it was coming right out the spout. I don't remember what the man said, but it was 150 proof. They do a little sip and taste. They do a little shot. Mia ain't doing it because she's not drinking. They sit down, at the distillery, and like a bird flies by, and perches up like above them, and Mia says, Wendy, is that your mother? And Wendy says, don't play with me. Don't play with me like that. We're not doing that. We're not gonna we're not gonna do that, okay? And let's not. She ain't find it funny. Nobody found it funny, and you needed to read the room because we not doing that. You lucky, Mia. You lucky you didn't get a different type of reaction out of Wendy. Wendy has to explain what's going on, because when it comes to the word shrine, it was used out of context, and it was used in a way to stir the pot. It was thrown out there so that it could be interpreted however. Or no, honestly, it was thrown out there so that it could be interpreted the wrong way. Because if you say shrine, people can automatically think, oh, witchcraft, And in Catholicism, they do have altars for the different saints. And it's not used for evil at all. So, what we doing? What we talking about? Now, I know Wendy's mama probably did call that girl and tell her a few things. I'm not going I don't doubt that. But the way she tried to run with it, no. She was doing too much. She was reaching. She was using those stereotypes, that are already out there. She was using all of that and weaponizing it. And we don't do that here. Leave mama out of it. Wendy done started crying, and I mean crying. She really had a moment there. Like an emotional moment, because y'all are trying to malign my mama, and I just don't understand it. You calling the girl calling her mama a witch and all of that. They all link back up for lunch. And Aneka, when she was with the other girls, she shared that she hated her American wedding, so she wants a do-over, a traditional one, on her father's land, because here she goes. She got to play it up because she's Miss Nigeria. She got to play it up. She wants to get married on her father's land, and she mentions that Ike he got a fancy title, kind of similar to a chief, and they're like, oh, he's a chief. Oh, she's so interesting. Oh my god. And she says that that it brings them, because while she's talking, Wendy's over there thumbing through the phone. That she mentioning that brings them to Twitter and verified accounts and all of that. And Robin is like, you and me are the only ones that still have verified accounts. Y'all the only ones still paying for a blue check. Mia owns it, you know, she ain't shamed. Karen is like, I know I ain't bought no blue check. Now I know that. So they pull it up, they go to the settings and everything. We see Apple Pay been taking out money for a Twitter subscription. You have absolutely been paying for your blue check. She ain't even know somebody got her. She probably had somebody do it, you know, somebody on the team, or she had somebody, you know, set up the account in the first place. And they're the ones that have paid for a verified account for her. Whole time she thinking, you know, she just verified because she's special. Oh Lord, Karen. She over there like, take it off. Take it off. I got to call Apple Pay in the morning, get that taken down, and get my money back. Ashley, she has another activity. She says chicken shit bingo. Mia, she brings up Ashley's divorce. Is it happening? You know, what are we doing? Ashley says they still have to work out a cohesive custody agreement because ideally she wants the kids 7 days, well, you know, during the week. And he can take them every other weekend. And they like, every other weekend? Yeah, I'm not one of those moms that can be away from their kids that long. Whatever, girl. Anyway, she proceeds to ask, oh, and Michael suing Candace. Candace, you want to talk about that? Candace say, I'm not talking about that. Robin say, oh, so is there a checklist on what we can and can't talk about? Candace says, no. Next question. Helpful. She ain't talking about it. And you know what? You shouldn't have been talking about your legal situation over there on the reunion, and maybe Juan would still have his job. Robin says that had nothing to do with anything. Wendy checks in, chimes in saying, so a Title IX violation had nothing to do with a university employee getting fired. A Title IX violation. Robin said there was no Title IX violation. The university understands that it was just BS, and they know the details, the real details. Like, it's a shakedown. He did not commit a Title IX violation. You don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, my stomach. Oh. They head back to the room because they got the change for chicken shit bingo. When they leave for bingo, Karen, you know, listen, if it's real chickens around there, count me out. As long as there ain't no real chickens around there, she gonna be fine. Robin and Candace, they are in the car together, and so they're sitting in the back seat together. And Robin says she ain't engaging Candace at all. She says she got, That's what she got. That's what she got for Candace. Candace like, girl, I said what I said. I ain't think it was smart that you was running your mouth about an ongoing case. Like, and I'm not doing it. Be mad at me. Robin, listen. I don't get pleasure in seeing anybody in pain or seeing anybody upset emotionally. But when it comes to Robin, it's not that I get pleasure in it. It's just, it doesn't move me. It doesn't move me. I would have been sitting next to her like, is she for real? Is she crying? Is she crying? Oh wait, no, you really upset. Because, girl, what is wrong with you? She really broke down, had a whole meltdown in that back seat. I didn't do shit to y'all, and y'all just making me the victim, and I didn't do this. Girl, relax. When I think that Juan has also thrown that at her in an argument. I feel like he also holds that over her head. And I think that she's, you know, projecting right now. I really do. I think that he's beating her down about this show and what she says on the show, all of that. And that was a trigger because she didn't want to hear that. She did not want to hear that. She like, what I said did not have anything to do with that, girl. It might have, because you need to be quiet. When people, when you're getting sued, people suing you, you suing people. You need to be quiet. You ain't talking about that. And that's just that. We ain't talking about it. And all Candace is saying is, you should have said the same thing, sis. We ain't talking about that. Back there crying. She's naive, honestly, and willfully ignorant. But she sit back there crying. Why her? Girl, cry me a river. Until next time. Maybe I think next week, maybe that might be the episode. Robin was sitting on that curb, thinking about her life, thinking things over. That's what she was doing on that curb. Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.